I think the most important study will be to look at the role of reduced intensity induction therapy, such as HMAs and venetoclax versus 7 and 3 for younger fit patients with AML. I think overall that's going to be paradigm shifting. Also, it's going to, I think, may change the outcome of transplant for many of these patients. We already heard from everyone, almost with every, even with almost no exceptions, allo transplants, if you can get a patient to allo transplant, the risk of relapse is significantly lower. And so the issue is doing a transplant safely and to also maintain remissions post-transplant. So part of this is to get a patient to transplant in good shape. And that is, since AML and MDS are diseases of older patients, we're not transplanting a lot of potentially transplant eligible patients because they get very aggressive therapy up front. They don't recover, they never make it, or they decide on their own that this is too much for them and they don't get transplanted, or the physicians get cold feet and they don't do it. So I think if we can prove that these less aggressive induction regimens results in comparable outcomes, and we define, how long and at what dose you need to give these drugs to sort of get people into a remission, at what level of MRD people have to be before they go to transplant, then I think that's going to be real paradigm shifting in that not only will more patients get to transplant, but more patients will be alive 2 or 3 years after diagnosis, which is the major issue with AML. So I think that will be the single most important upfront therapy trial that gets done.